What is up, guys? How's it going? And welcome to the Manchester United career mode on FIFA 20. I'm super excited to finally be getting into this. I'm sorry it's been so delayed. I really wanted to have this out earlier, but as I'm sure everybody knows by now, FIFA 20 has been plagued with issues. Now, some of those issues are slightly more fixed now, so I'm willing to give this a crack. On screen, you can see the first team, my starting 11 lineup that I'll be going with, and I also want to jump straight into my season objectives. So these are the season objectives. As you can see in the overview, win the Europa League, semi-final, the FA Cup, and finish in a Champions League spot, pretty standard. There are the youth development ones. Feel free to pause it, have a look at those. I'm not too fussed on youth development objectives, but I will be trying to bring through some youth players. You can see the objectives now. The brand exposure will just kind of get ticked off as we go through the career mode. Win the Europa League, obviously, Champions League place semi-final, and no financial objectives, so we're free to spend at will. Now for the exciting bit, the transfer shortlist. So starting off, I've already shortlisted 3 players. These are players I absolutely 100% want to bring into the club, improving positions that I believe we really need something in. So another centre midfielder in Maddison is attacking. He can go forward. He can help Pogba moving forward, replacing Lingard. He can play out on the wing on the left. I could probably also play him off the right if I need to. On top of that, we have Wilson Ndidi filling in that role, which I don't think McTominay is ready to start, but I also think Matic is maybe a little past his best and will start dropping off. And at 22, he's got a lot of years in him, a lot of potential for growth. Now, I am scouting both him and Maddison at the moment, I believe. And then we also have Jadon Sancho. I don't think anybody is surprised by anyone having this guy in their short lists or in their transfer list because he is incredible in this FIFA, so we'll be going for him as well. Now we do have the pre-season tournament down the bottom in the standings there. You can see we have Valencia, Milan and Leipzig in this group, and I think we're going to be getting straight into that before we look at doing anything else. You guys will also be able to see down here in the player development Twanzebe, forgive me if that's wrong, I think that's how you say it. Also Angel Gomez, or Angel Gomez. I think it is actually Angel. I believe there's no fanciness to his name. So he's got a couple of drills, and then Daniel James just has one. Maybe he has 2 as well to try and help him just grow a little bit. I ran those a little earlier as I was setting up because no one needs to see training. That's boring. But let's get straight into this first game. As you can see here, as I simulate towards it, it is going to be against AC Milan. Before we jump into that, however, we have a transfer offer for Andreas Pereira. Now, obviously, you guys saw he wasn't part of the starting lineup, but I can assure you guys this guy is going to be playing. There's no way I'm selling him. We're rejecting that straight away. Pereira will be playing for me, but not only that, we also have the first interactions with a player, and that will be Paul Pogba welcoming us to Manchester United. And we've got work to do. Nice to meet you. Excited about the future. Excited about the future. Let's do that. Okay. His morale increased quite a bit there, which is good to see. Really happy to join you lads. I'm really excited about what we will achieve together, or what we will achieve together. Cool. So that's our first interactions with the player. Now, before we get into this match, I thought I might just quickly really show you my scout instructions. So I'm looking for a promising striker, just another player to be in the pecking order behind Mason Greenwood, because otherwise we only got 2 real strikers in the team, with Rashford playing out on the left and Martial up top. A pacey winger, just to fill in on either side, give us some more rotation. As you can see, this is just any player, but it's with a contract of 0 to 1 years remaining, which means that we'll be able to look at picking them up on a free. We also have a promising fullback because I will be getting rid of Ashley Young very quickly. As you can see here, Ashley Young transfer listed. The only player in my squad that I have transfer listed for now, because I'm not really looking to move anyone on. I think I want to keep the team kind of as it is. Maybe just 1 or 2 of those transfers I already showed you. Maybe 1 or 2 of some others that we haven't yet found that might be promising or have potential to fit into the team really well. But for this episode, we are going to be trying to knock out this pre-season tournament. Maybe look at a signing or 2, but episode 2 is where things will really kick off. So without wasting any more time in this episode, let's jump in. Let's face AC Milan in a simulated match and see how we do in our first game in charge. Here we are, the starting lineup. As you guys saw, This is your first look at the bench as well, with Greenwood, Mata, McTominay, Fred, James, Dello and Bailly all sitting on the bench, ready to come on at any time. So let's start this up. And 4-0! Lingard with a hat-trick. Martial missed a penalty in the 11th minute. Pogba got a goal to wrap things up at the end. And Lingard must have scored his first goal super early on, because it's not come up on the list of events there. But, wow, 4-0. Jeez, Lingard actually turning up. Do I have to consider maybe keeping Lingard around a lot and playing him a lot? Because even though he might not perform in real life, it looks like he could be pretty decent in FIFA. We have received the final scout report on Ndidi, and I'm very excited about this guy. 81 overall, just very well-rounded all around the park. Like, nothing about him to me says poor player. He just seems fantastic all around. Final scout report on Almiron, who I've also been scouting, and we finally have an offer for Ashley Young. Oh, RCD Espanyol for 3.25 mil. I wouldn't care if they offered me 1 mil. I'd be accepting it. I want him gone. A lot of people might be like, oh, you can't hate him that much. He's 77 overall. He could be good for rotation, but we have so many young players that I really want to bring up and have them grow and have them become better and actually work their way into the lineup. And that return on the scouting for Almiron looks like he could actually be a fantastic winger. I'm going to shortlist him. My only issue with getting someone like him in is we're taking him from Newcastle. He's going to want playtime, and I don't think he will get that much playtime with the players that we already have, because he's quite good. It's not like he's from a League One club or a Championship club who might not be expecting to play. I think he might want to play a bit too much. We now have another scout report come back on Ida. I probably really butchered that. This is the super young striker I'm looking at getting in. He's got a little bit of pace, a little bit of acceleration. Everything else is it's okay. But that's the thing, I'm looking at a striker like this. This is exactly what I want to find. I want to find someone super young, nothing much going on for him, because these are the kind of players that we can just train up, maybe send out on loan for a short period of time, and eventually they will become decent backup strikers. We also have another report on let's pretend like I can say that. Let's just call him Tudor from Brighton. Another fantastic rotational centre mid. A little concerning, he might want to play a bit, but I'm also going to list him because he might be great to bring in as rotation, just in case players get injured or we have a lot of games jam-packed together, because we know FIFA tends to do that to you. The last report we have ready is on Steven Sessegnon, and he might be that rotational player that I can bring in to really to look after Ashley Young's vacant spot, so he's definitely being listed in the transfer list as well. Without further ado, it's time for the second match. Everyone's good to go. We're going to just jump straight into this one. So here we go, same lineup, no difference, getting straight into this, and it's a 2-0 loss. Timo Werner with a double. Ooh, a Wan-Bissaka injury. Doesn't look like Wan-Bissaka didn't come off after copying that injury, so hopefully it's not very bad, but a disappointing result in our second game. And Young's transfer talks have broken down. Why do I get the feeling it's going to be one of those kind of players that we're just going to have to let go for free at the end of the year after not playing? Dello, RB Leipzig want Dello for 10 mil. He's not going anywhere. I'm going to block offers on him. And probably Pereira as well, actually. They are not going anywhere. And injury, 2 days for Wan-Bissaka. It's really good to see. We cannot afford to be without Wan-Bissaka, the new signing, with the start of the season so close now. A little bit of training. There's the ratings. There's the stats. Gomez went up in short passing. But all in all, still not yet any real growth. They've only done 2 training sessions, so you can't expect much from that. Final scout report on James Maddison is it. And only 79 overall. I swear he was... Maybe I'm recalling correctly. I thought he was 80 overall at the start of this FIFA. Now, they have obviously done a few updates because I've left this a week or 2 since FIFA came out. So maybe they've tweaked things a little bit. That's a little bit lower than I thought. Still not going to make me put off buying him for the price he's going to cost and how quickly he could grow and being my age, being only 22, he's got a lot of room to improve, so he'll still be coming to the club if I have anything to say about it. And a loan offer for Twanzabi, I have plans to be using this kid, so I'm going to reject that. But if someone comes in with a bit of a transfer offer, it's good enough, I might end up having to block offers on him altogether, because I really just don't want him to leave. As you guys can see here, some of the players in the team are looking a little bit tired. Rashford's actually not in very good morale right now. It's really not good to see, and we're going to have to turn that around, but I'm going to make some rotations, and you guys will see that in a minute. Alrighty, so we're into the game against Valencia, and as you guys can see, Dallo is featuring for the first time. Along with Dallo, we also have McTominay making his debut under us as manager, and also Daniel James making his debut for me as manager. And hopefully we can beat Valencia. Beating Valencia guarantees us going through to the knockout stages of the pre-season tournament. So let's get this underway. Let's simulate. We get a comfortable win. Rashford with a double, that's going to help his morale big time. And also Mason Greenwood coming on the right wing and scoring a goal. That's huge. Mason Greenwood with his first goal for us. A little bit of funds, just under 2 mil to add to the budget. This is going to help us go in for some transfers. Speaking of transfers, I've delayed them long enough, and this is what people love to see in career modes. And the first player we are going to be going in for is Maddison. Now, say somewhere between effectively 19 and 28. So we're going to go in, I reckon I might offer maybe 18 and a half, and just see what they say, feel them out. His value is only 16 mil. And we'll find out how they react to this. As you can see, we're loading up. We're going to be meeting in our office, and I'm just going to skip through this. Everyone's seen this enough already. What type of deal we want to discuss. We're going to offer that transfer fee. I said we're going to offer 18 and a half. And did I say 18 and a half? I think I said 18 and a half is what I'm going to offer. I'm going to offer that, no selling clause, and let's see what they say to that. 22.9 plus a 15% selling clause. Let's try and remove the sell-on clause. We're also going to drop that to an even 22 mil. See what they say to that. 22.8. This is going to sound really petty and really poor, but I'm actually going to drop that to 22 and a half. I'm going to try and squeeze every last cent out that I can, because I want to save as much money. Price is set, whatever. It's not worth losing him over that. We're going to accept it. $300,000 is not worth losing a player over that. I'm really keen to get into the club. And straight into negotiations now. Hopefully we can see one of the new cutscenes. Yes, the restaurant cutscene. Sitting down to have a chat with the players, now in a couple of different scenes. This is really cool. This is a nice little feature that they've added. And we're going to now discuss the contract over a bit of lunch and tea. Ooh, that was a terrible impression, forgive me. Let's see. Alright, Scrod roll. See if you agree on rotation, but I think he was going to be important to me anyway, but I was just trying to squeeze that roll out of him and see what they'll say. So we've got important years. I want him for 5 years. I always try and go for that 5-year contract, and they're happy with that. No release clause. I never want it. They're fine with that. 63k. So he wants a pay cut plus a signing bonus of only $500,000. Done. I expected to pay a lot more than that. Welcome, James Maddison, the first signing of my career at Manchester United, and that's a big one. We've received a transfer offer for Scott McTominay, 13 mil. Even though I don't believe he's ready, I'm not ready to let him go to Portsmouth. Portsmouth? Porto. Why did I say Portsmouth? FC Porto want him, and I'm not willing to let him go unless the offer is maybe close to 20 mil, well over his value, because he is a future player for this team. Transfer offer for Ashley Young now from Benfica. Benfica are definitely the kind of club that could make this work, and you know what? I'm accepting that. I told you guys I would accept low offers, and I'm just accepting whatever comes in for him. We are now up to the game against Roma, and our manager ratings just dropped off a little bit. I'm not entirely sure why, but we're just going to jump into this as well, get into the simulation. You guys might notice James Maddison rocking the number 7, which I might change. I think I'm definitely going to change that. But he's making his debut at centre mid. Lingard's moved out to the right, and Pereira and Daniel James have both dropped off to the bench. Let's get this simulation underway. And Roma have knocked us out with our 12th minute goal. Nothing happened. What a terribly boring game. And we're out of the preseason tournament. But that is alright. Plenty of rest. And we'll be into the start of the season before you know it. We have another couple of offers for Ashley Young. One from Leipzig, which we're just gonna accept that. And we're also gonna accept. I accepted one for Real Betis and also the one from Leipzig. We just need him to just leave Ashley Young, please. Gomez here, growing in the training. For some reason, I wasn't really paying attention to the stats, and he's just gone up a little in overall. Getting players to around the 75 mark is probably the aim for my training. That's when I think they're personally ready to be backup players and actually start playing some games for me. The release clause of 62.2 million has been paid for Marcus Rashford. Wow, 62.2 they've paid from Valencia, and we're going to go in. We're going to negotiate a new contract for him so that transfer doesn't go through. Here we are meeting Marcus for a nice casual dinner to discuss a new contract for him to prevent him from leaving the club. Alrighty, the role. It's crucial. He will be starting on everything possible to keep this kid because he's a big future player for us and current player for us as well. We're going to accept the 5 years. That's exactly what we want for him. He doesn't want a release clause, and that's what we're hoping to avoid, is release clauses in contracts. Only 4 mil for 25 goals. A signing bonus of under... He's taking a huge pay cut. 110k's on right now. He'll drop off to 70k, and his signing bonus isn't even a mil. Done. Hands down. That's not a problem. Marcus Rashford, thank you very much for fixing wage problems. Some fantastic news. Ashley Young's transfers have both broken down. Hopefully, because these are Leipzig and Benfica, that means that Real Betis have managed to make the move go through, but we're yet to hear back from them. Chelsea have come in with an offer, and I mean, if Chelsea want to give me free money, they can do it. I mean, they paid the second highest transfer for him. He can go there for all I care. Now, I know I sound like I'm being extremely harsh on Ashley Young, as Sevilla now come in and offer for him. And it's not that I dislike the guy, like, personally. I don't know the guy, you know. I'm not a footballer. But he's the only player I really want to offload. And he's not going to play for me. And I think just getting whatever we can for him and getting him out of the club is... At the end of the day, it's just a move I want to make. I know I sound very harsh on the guy. I don't hate him, but he just has no place in this team anymore. Ashley Young's move to Sevilla has broken down. However, I'm not disappointed because, as you can see, Ashley Young has moved to Chelsea. Chelsea, with Alonso and with Emerson, want Ashley Young in their team? I mean, a backup for Azpilicueta maybe? But I doubt he'll be getting game time there. But he is gone. Another 2 mil into the transfer kitty. Wolfsburg have now approached us with an offer for Nemanja Matic. And they've almost gone beyond his value. You know, if they can pay me somewhere around 15, we're going to negotiate that. I'm going to try and squeeze like 15 or so mil out. But if they can do that for me, he'll be their player. And I will make sure I go in and pick up someone like Ndidi and get him replaced. But this isn't definitely a transfer I could see. I could definitely see going through. Just gonna go 15.5, just a little above what I actually want. And see what they say. They've accepted. I really thought they'd be like, nah, that's a bit above his value. We don't want to pay that much. They've actually accepted. We went, and if you didn't notice, a new screen for negotiations. So Matic could potentially be on the way out of the club. And guys, with the game against Chelsea coming up, as you guys can see, the background, like the display, everything on the screen has changed to the Premier League sort of theme. And this is a new feature that they've added. I'm sure most of you are aware by now. but there's a theme depending on each of the big leagues or in each of the big five, I think it is, have their own like graphical package so that it's custom for whichever league you're competing in, which is really awesome to see. I've also just noticed here, Real Madrid have bought Insigne. Now, I might be wrong, but does he not usually play on the left side, in which they've just got Hazard for? What an odd transfer. Yeah, I just thought that was a little bit interesting, a little odd that Insigne's gone there just after they picked up Hazard from the team we are about to play in Chelsea. Juan Mata has come with a conversation for me, and he said, this upcoming game is crucial to our season. I feel great, and I think I do a much better job if you pick me over Maddison for this match. And you know what? I'm going to give him a chance, because he's higher rated than Maddison, and he's realistically probably on his last legs for the club. He probably won't last much more than the first season here, so I definitely want to use him all I can and see if I enjoy using him and if I can keep him around for maybe 2 seasons. Matic has left the club, and this means we are desperately going to need to get Ndidi in as quick as possible to fill that void that is left. Here we are, guys. The same meeting setting as when we discussed the Matic transfer, out of the office this time, somewhere up in the city, and yeah, it's time to negotiate for Ndidi. They did say 20 to 30 million for him, so we are going to try and maybe offer the bare minimum of 20, not spending too much over what we got for Matic, and they say 28.8 and a 10% selling clause. Wow, we're going to counter that. We're going to drop that that down all the way. We're going to go 25 and remove the selling clause and see what they say to that. 29.8. What about 28 on the dot? What do you guys say to 28? They said that's a fair offer, and it looks like we're going to be bringing in Ndidi, provided contract negotiations go smoothly. No sooner as Matic goes out, we start negotiating for a replacement, and he will be playing straight away if he comes in against Chelsea. He's gone in for an important role. He's requested important. He will 100% get that. He's getting 5 years as well. No release clause. And after 15 appearances, he doesn't even want a mil. Half a mil signing bonus, and he's taking a pay cut again. Man, these guys making it too easy for me to accept contracts. I was honestly expecting a much harsher negotiation from both him and Maddison. So guys, this is the lineup I am going to be going with. Wan-Bissaka's back in the team. Like I promised Mata, he's in the team. A front three, Rashford, Martial and Lingard. Mata at centre mid, Ndidi making his debut at defensive mid, and Pogba at the left centre mid position. Luke Shaw here at left back. Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, and I believe Maguire and Lindelof have already grown 1 overall. De Gea in goal. Pogba, controversially, going to be my captain this season. I think he's got the quality to do it. As you guys can see there, the bench as well of Greenwood, McTominay, Pereira, Maddison, who's already gone up to 80 overall. Unhappy, but we'll change that. Daniel James, Dalot, and Bailly. And I'll show you guys the instructions quickly. Everything for every player is still on default, because I want to see how they play. This will be on ultimate difficulty. I want to see how they play before I start making tweaks, and perhaps I should have played a game earlier in the season to test that out, but I think I'll be alright for now. So guys, my
Thanks
first
for joining us,
ever
guys.
press
We'll
conference.
take some questions now. Yeah,
Here we go. This is cool. I like this new feature quite a lot. I reckon this is really awesome. Reporter: Man United's run of form in pre-season left fans wanting more of the same once it starts to get serious. How does this impact? How does the pre-season impact the squad ahead of their first competitive match? I have faith in my team. We have a lot of quality in this squad. We're working hard every day. We have a lot of quality in this squad, but more importantly, I have a lot of faith in this squad. So that is the answer I'm going to go with. Bumping our morale up to happy. I have faith in my team's ability to go out there and do the job. Reporter: Can the team handle the pressure of qualifying for the Champions League? Of course we can. We're going to give it a red hot go, and I reckon we can do it. It's well within our reach. That's a perfect answer. We can definitely do it. It is going to be a little difficult. It might be a bit of a challenge. But we could definitely bring in players, and it's there. With the quality of players in our team, meeting such a massive expectations well within our reach. I agree with that, and also bumping our morale up a little bit. Maddison: Why do you stick with Maddison in your starting team, even if his performance hasn't shown? And not sticking with Maddison, for one, he's not in the lineup. He's not in the lineup. He's in a rough patch. He's had one game for us, and he's now happy. But play one game for us. He's in a rough patch.
Okay, we are out of time, unfortunately, so we're going to wrap up.
He's not in the team.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
He's had one game in which we lost. That question's a little odd to me. But yeah, here we go. Let's get into. Surprise, surprise, I'm actually playing a game. We're going to get into the first game of the season against Chelsea. Here we are, guys, the first game of the season. We're at Old Trafford. Now I have hooked up a second controller, as I'm sure a lot of you are aware of the issues that has plagued career mode. And I have fixed things up a little bit. I'm going to jump in, I'm going to show you Chelsea's team now as well. So here it is. You can see both lineups because I've hooked up a second controller. Now I actually went into to edit their squad so that they were playing a stronger lineup, and perhaps FIFA have actually fixed this now because when you look at it statistically, Pedro, Willian, Kramich, who they brought in, Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic are the strongest players there. Emerson, Rudiger, Christensen, and so I found out they actually sold Azpilicueta. And that is why they wanted Ashley Young. Young is starting against us as captain of Chelsea, with Kepa in goal. And I actually had a look, and yeah, it was their strongest team. So I'm going to take off the second controller now, and we're going to get into this match. So here we go, guys. Kicking off with Anthony Martial. And the season is officially now underway. Here we go, Chelsea with the move. The ball out to Willian, and I definitely feel like EA have fixed the difficulty issues. And Pedro's in. De Gea with an amazing save. Oh, what a save from De Gea, the first opportunity of the game. We're straight in on the break though. Marcus Rashford could be in here. Can he get beyond Rudiger? Oh, there's a heavy touch, and Kepa claims. If only I didn't take the heavy touch, we would have been in with a real shooting opportunity there. Lingard finds Mata. Mata holding up. And he play Lingard in. Can Lingard get a cross in? He can't, but he has won a corner. A first corner of the match, and this could be a real threatening opportunity here. Let's get the cross in. Swings in nicely. Rashford. Oh, I think it took a deflection, and it was favourable for the goalkeeper there. Ashley Young trying to get on the attack now. He's dummy shotted back inside, or fake shotted back inside. It's kind of beautiful ball in. The shot. De Gea with another save. De Gea has now pulled us out of the depths of heartbreak early on with two big saves. We've now played Jesse Lingard clean through. Emerson gets back, and Emerson intercepts, or yeah, I guess intercepts, and saves Chelsea. And it's a bit of a counter-attacking match right now. The ball just going back and forth very quickly. N'Golo Kante running solo and absolutely destroying us. And De Gea once again. An amazing save, saving our lives. We should be behind by now, but De Gea's pulled it out multiple times. You can see here, Kramaric just... It's comfortable for De Gea though. I don't really think that's going to beat him. We've got ourselves a brilliant chance to counter-attack now. I'm looking at Martial. I want Martial to go because he can outpace these guys. He could really be in here. Here we go. Martial. It's saved from Kepa. It doesn't fall. It might still fall for us yet. It doesn't look like it will. Or will it? Indeed, he loses out in that challenge.
Goal there, Derek, but the goalkeeper had other ideas. Still all square.
Or the touch inside. Martial looking for Rashford, finding Rashford. Playing in Pogba though. Pogba's managed to carry it on. The shot saved by Kepa. Oh, Pogba lost it, regained it, lost it again, regained it again, and managed to get the shot off somehow. But yet again, both teams just constantly being saved by their goalkeepers. And maybe now that EA have fixed the game, ultimate difficulty is actually bloody difficult. Oh, that's a terrible touch from Lingard there. Excuse me? Pedro, what do you think you're doing here? As if that's a free kick. He got the ball cleanly first. Chelsea just just got lucky to get up the wing there. And I was quiet because I was so confident we'd just get the ball back. And then now all of a sudden they have a free kick in a very threatening position. Free kicks this year are amazing. So who knows what they can pull. The bicycle kick, but Rashford manages to get ahead in the way. And can someone make a run, please? Martial can't go it alone, but Pogba can help him out here. Finds one. The ball through for Rashford. Lovely ball through. Marcus Rashford saved. Again, goalkeeping. Amazing. We still are yet to beat the goalkeeper. But Mata, can he create? He is a creator, this one, Mata. Oh, there we go. Pogba's found Rashford. Acres of space. Rashford back inside. Can he get the shot off? No, he can't. He's tackled. He's in such a great position for the shot. And Chelsea have cleared the ball out quite comfortably. Here we go, Chelsea. Some step overs from their men. Is he off? Ashley Young's on. If Ashley Young creates something that destroys me, I'm going to be very disappointed. He'll be the bargain of the season. Kovacic, De Gea. Big save yet again. Easily my man of the match right now. Do I really bring on Pereira for Mata? Don't think I'm going to go with that automatic sub just yet. And a Chelsea corner, of course. Can we defend this? The ball comes in. De Gea looks like he's coming. His punch is clear. And the shot, actually, it wasn't a long way off. Not a bad shot. And this one I'm going to do. Maddison will come on for one Mata. And we look at that again. I've definitely hit them worse. It's not a bad effort from them. Ndidi. Ndidi still. Oh, he's going to be off. I knew he'd be offside there. Just had to fall to an offside player, didn't it? He's the only... Martial was on as well. If only Martial had been able to quickly get on that. That offside actually perfectly on the mark. That's one of the best offside lines in terms of accuracy I think I've ever seen on FIFA. Here we go, James Maddison. His first real run of the ball. Has the shot. Oh, Maddison, the closest to actually getting a goal without having it saved so far. Look at that. Oh, so close to taking the lead. I've seen Daniel James making a brilliant run on the far side. He's so quick, this kid. And he'll fake shot back. Get inside your man if you can. I see someone arriving in the box. Paul Pogba. Kepa with the save. With only minutes remaining, we have another corner. Here we go. What can we do with it? 1 minute left to go. This is it. Defending. Chelsea on a big attack here. Throwing everybody forward. Hopefully everybody comes back for us because we are going to need the defence. Luke Shaw's got to get at that. And there is full time. 0-0. In, honestly, the goalkeepers were amazing. Like, both goalkeepers were spectacular in this game. And they're the real difference here. It could have quite easily been a few goals either way. Look at that. Saves, a miss, and a save in the highlights. Because the goalkeepers were the standouts in this one. And just to show that, here we have a whopping 10 saves for Kepa and 5 saves for De Gea. So 15 shots were saved by the goalkeepers. That is incredible. And here we go, the post-match interview for the end of the game against Chelsea. 0-0. This should be interesting. Is the draw debut at Man United a good enough result to please you? No, not really. Draw isn't the end of the world. The season's a marathon, not a sprint. I expect more focus. Draw's not the end of the world. I was expecting a little bit more. I was hopeful. But Chelsea are a great club. And I think that's a fair result, considering how informed the goalkeepers was. Maddison showed signs of improving his game, even if the team only managed to grab a point. Did he do enough today in your mind? Yes. It would take more. Good, but not enough. Praise the resilience. I mean, they're talking about him going through a tough time, but he had one game before this. I thought he was good when he came on. He had a golden opportunity. And the match against your rivals ended in a draw. How did you find this match? It was a tough match, to be honest. Yeah, congrats to both teams. We should have scored the decisive goal. We need to work harder. Congrats to both teams, honestly. Both teams played good.
That's it. Thanks very much.
Yeah, no more questions. Both teams did good. Goalkeepers, amazing. And here we go. The result wasn't the one I wanted, but I'm pleased you decided to select me for the game as well. You inspired others? Oh, that's a bit rough, definitely. Hey, we didn't win. How is that pleasing you? Oh, no, that's a bit harsh. There's room for improvement. You inspired others. Matter is a leader. He's great on the field, and that's why I do want him on the pitch. Bit of an update on training. As you guys can see here, Twansby going up. He's on his way to that 75 rating, which I wanted him to get to, and he's actually overtaken James in rating. And if he keeps that up, he's going to be playing some games for us very shortly. We have received a transfer offer for Luke Shaw, and from Tottenham, blocking offers. Luke Shaw will never leave this club in this career mode. Now we're coming up on that Wolverhampton Wanderers game, and we've got a few emails here. A loan offer for Daniel James. Ha, you're right, like we're going to send him out on loan. A transfer offer for Fusa Mensah. Now this guy, I'm not sure what people think of this guy, but I rate him and I want him to get into our lineup. He's actually going to be the next guy to train up once Twansby gets to his 75 overall. So we're not going to be letting him go anywhere. And a transfer offer for Lindelof, really, one of our starting defenders, PSG. No way in hell, you already got Ander Herrera off us, you're not getting Lindelof as well. And without further ado, we are going to wrap up the episode there. The next episode will be a game against Wolves. As you can see, 13th with 1 point. Man City also drawn. Man City have 1 point from 2 games. Who have they played? Let me just scroll through the previous results. They lost to Tottenham. What about their first match? And they drew to West Ham. Man City flopping. Arsenal losing both games. Liverpool lost to Norwich on the opening day of the season. What happened there? Where are Liverpool now? They won their next game, but they lost to Norwich. Whew. Man, that's rough. Bournemouth losing to Sheffield. Any other shocking results? Arsenal lost to Newcastle. There we go. And then they lost to Burnley. Wow, some interesting results there for sure. I got a bit sidetracked there, but this is the end of the episode. We will kick things off in the next episode, going straight into the game against Wolves. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe, like, do the bits, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Look around you.